Hello student, I have given the introduction of plant tissues. Now we will study them in the details. As I told you, plant tissues are of two types. Plant tissues means which are found in plant. Plant tissues, they are of two types, meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. They are of two types, meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Meristematic tissues in which the cells divide continuously and they are responsible for growth. As we know, if the cell are dividing, definitely they will increase in size, and if they will increase in size, they will give the growth to the plant or plant part. Now, meristematic tissues are of different types. They are meristematic tissues which are giving the growth. So, they are of three types: apical meristem, lateral meristem and intercalary meristem. Intercalary meristem. Apical, as the name itself defines, apical means it is found in the apic region, in the top region. We can say that it is found only in the top of the plant. It can found in the shoot, it can found in the root also, because they both grow in height, in size. So, if the structure is, suppose this is the plant part and this is the top of the plant. This is the apic part, this is apic part. The cells which are found in the apic part, they have apical meristem and they divide continuously. They give the increase in the length or in the height of the plant. This is apic part and have apical meristem. Apical meristem. Now, the part which, this is the lateral part, means in this it grow in the girth. This is lateral part and it grow in the girth, means it increase the thickness of this lateral part. This kind of meristem is called lateral meristem. Lateral meristem. And here in the spaces of nodes where the leaves grow, so at the base of the leaf or at the base of internode, these intercalary meristems are found. Intercalary meristem are found. Now, if we talk about permanent tissue, permanent means fixed. So, after the meristematic tissues, when the things in the meristematic tissues, when the cells are dividing continuously, here when the cells stop dividing, means they become permanent, they take the permanent shape and size. They are also called non-dividing. Meristematic tissues are called dividing tissues because they are dividing continuously and they are giving the growth to the plant. They are also known as dividing tissues, as their cells are dividing continuously and they are giving growth to the plant. Then permanent tissues are just opposite to it, that they are known as non-dividing tissues because cells are not dividing and the tissues have taken the permanent shape and size. They are also known as non-dividing tissues and they take the permanent shape and size. They are again of two types: simple and complex. Simple and complex. Simple tissues and complex tissues. Why do we call them simple tissue and complex tissue? In the simple tissue, they are made up of one type of cell, and in the complex tissues, they are made up of more than one type of cell. They are made up of one type of cell, one type of cell, and complex tissues, they are made up of more than one type of tissues. Now I'll explain you the different parts of simple tissue and complex tissue. Now we will study the different parts of permanent tissues. Number one is simple tissue. Then simple tissue, as I told you, simple tissues are made up of one kind of cell. They are of three types. Parenchyma, they are of three types. Parenchyma, collenchyma, and parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Now we will discuss the parenchyma. Parenchyma are living because they help in the repairing, healing and storage of the food. If any kind of damage is there, so they help the plant to repair the tear and wear off. These are parenchyma. They help in repairing of tear and wear of the cell, help in healing, repairing and storage of food. Storage of food. These kind of cell have some intercellular space between them. Suppose this is the structure of the cell, so it has intracellular space. This is intercellular space. Next is collenchyma. If we talk about collenchyma, or once again I want to come on topic parenchyma, it has two parts. It again has two parts. Sclerenchyma and parenchyma. Sclerenchyma and parenchyma. Sclerenchyma means it contains chloroplast, and if it contains chloroplast, definitely it play an important role in photosynthesis, because this is the responsible part of the photosynthesis. It helps the plant to make food. Parenchyma has air spaces. It has air spaces and it helps the plant to maintain the buoyancy, means plant can easily float. Next is collenchyma. In collenchyma, the cells have less intracellular space, and in the cell wall they have thickening of the, they have some thickening. If I draw the structure here, they are thickened at the corners where the different cells meet. They have here, they have thickness of cellulose where the different cells meet, thickness of cellulose. Cells are thickened here. Thickness of cellulose. Next is Sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma, they do not have any intracellular space. They are packed closely. They have no intracellular space, but their cell wall is thick because of the deposition of lignin. This cell wall is thick as it has the deposition of lignin. These are lignified cell, means cell wall is thick because of the deposition due to deposition of lignin. These cells, as they are hard, they have hard cell wall because of the deposition of lignin, so they give stiffness to the plant. Hope you have seen the outer cover of coconut, it is hard, it is stiff, so it gives, this is because of the Sclerenchyma. And outer covering of the seed coat, we call that seed coat, it is also having Sclerenchyma, means Sclerenchyma give stiffness to the cell, or we can say it can give stiffness to the plant or the object. Next is complex tissue. Second part of the permanent tissue is complex tissue. Complex tissue means they are made up of more than one type of cell. Complex tissue, they are again of two type, xylem and phloem. Xylem is part of the tissue which is found in the wooden part of the plant. Okay. It do the transport of liquid materials, means it take the liquid, means water and minerals from the root, and it take it upward to the different parts of the plant. It do the transportation, or we can say it transport water and mineral to different parts of the plant. It takes water and minerals from the root and carry it to the different part, means if we talk about the structure of the plant, then at the top of the leaf, at the top of the plant, the top leaf will also get the water because of the xylem tissues. Phloem, it carries food to the different parts of the plant from the leaf, because leaves make the food for the plant. So, it carries food to different parts of the plant. Okay. Now, we will study the xylem and phloem tissues in the detail. Now, we will talk the different parts of xylem. Xylem tissue has different parts like vessels, tracheids, xylem parenchyma, and Xylem fiber. Xylem fiber. Vessels. Vessels do the important role of water transport in the xylem tissue. Then tracheids are found next to the vessels and they give the support to the tissue or plant. Xylem parenchyma help in storage of food and xylem fiber give the strength to the plant. So, we are talking about vessels. They do the transportation of water and minerals from root to the different parts or root to the leaves. Transportation of water and minerals. As I told you that xylem is taking water and minerals from root to the leaf. So, it is one way direction, it is taking the water to upward direction. So, this is one way direction procedure. Tracheas are found next to the vessels and they help to give support to the plant. They give support to the plant. Xylem parenchyma, as I told you that parenchyma do the function of the storage. Here the xylem parenchyma also do the storage of food. What kind of food? What is the food here? Water. Storage of food. And these are xylem fibers. They are actually the dead cells. They are made up of the dead cells. So, if they are made up of dead cells, definitely the cell wall is thick, and if the cell wall is thick, it will give the support to the plant. Support to plant. Vessels are doing the main part of transportation of water, means they are active, they are living cells. Tracheids are also giving the support to the plant, and then xylem parenchyma is doing the storage of food. So, these are the different parts of xylem which help it to be active. Next is phloem. Xylem and phloem together are called vascular tissues. Next part is phloem. As the phloem take food from leaves to the different parts, it is both side of, it works in the both directions. Next is phloem tissue. It do the transportation of food. It has different parts. Number one is sieve tube. Companion cell, or can say companion tissue. Another one is phloem parenchyma. Phloem parenchyma and phloem fiber. Sieve tube means they do the performation of sugar. As we know that leaves are making food for the plant by the process of photosynthesis. So, during the process of photosynthesis, they make sugar. They make sugar, and this sugar, which is the food, this sugar is carried by sieve tube to different parts of the plant. It do the perforation, and due to perforation, sugar is carried throughout the plant body. Sugar is carried or passed, we can say, to different parts of plant body. Companion cell. Companion means they are giving company. So, these companion cells are next to the sieve tube. It gives company to it, and they also help to give the support. And they give company to sieve tube. Even in the next to the companion cell is phloem parenchyma. Again, here the parenchyma do the storage of food, storage of and phloem fibers, they give support to the plant part. Even companion cells when they give support to the sieve tube, they are companion because of they give company or support to the sieve tube or to the plant. Now this was the complete explanation of xylem and phloem tissues. Xylem and phloem tissues together are called vascular tissues. So this was the complete explanation of the plant tissues. What are the different parts? What are the different functions of the plant tissues? Thank you.